Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Jason, and this is Technique of the Week. Today, we have these different elevation changes, and I want to use a rock face on this edge. So the technique today is going to be showing you how to do that. And the key to this is too, like here we only have 2.5 inches or so, okay? And this driveway slopes a lot more than what our patio do. If we were to slope a patio like that, as much as a driveway, you know, your tables and chairs will be leaning really bad. So we don't want to put that much slope on it, but we do want to put a rock face on there. So we're going to be showing you that. Plus I have to meet up with this. So I have to have only a 7.5 inch step down off of this porch down to the top of my concrete, which is this line right here. So that's the technique today. We're going to be showing you how to set all that up. Since we're going to be butting up against this existing driveway, we obviously don't want those two to bond together when we pour this concrete. And I want it to go down on here so there's not a gap in between where the concrete. So I want this concrete, we're going to pour a little thicker on this edge just to make sure this expansion so it goes up against this. To form this, to make it all work out right, I like to have the liner here and the expansion so we can kind of hold this up here. My concrete is going to hit here, and I want the edge of the expansion to meet with the edge of the liner. So these liners are irregular, so it might vary a little bit, you know, to where it's at. So we just try to find the closest spot, something like that. Then what I like to do is just mark the back of this. Mark it back there. Now on the other end, all I'm going to do is just measure this and do the same thing at the other end of the drive. Then we're going to snap a line. So we got our line snapped, and I was thinking, I'm just sitting here, this happens, you know, I'm human too. We actually messed this up. So this is the front side of the 2x4. I need to mark the back side of the 2x4. So we're going to take and mark 1.5 inches back from this line and then snap another line. And we'll have it right this time. The reason we can screw these from the inside, like some of you are probably thinking, how are you going to get these screws out, you know, once the concrete's up against them? But we have these tap cons on the other side, so we'll just pop these tap cons out and the whole form will be able to pull off. This leaves us with this 2x8 on here. This puts us right where we want to be here. Another thing we're going to do to straighten this out, because it's going to straighten it and it's going to help when the concrete pushes against it, we're going to put some small little kickers from here to the back of this 2x4, and that'll just make that a lot stiffer. So as I mentioned earlier, the last thing we need to do now is, obviously we have a 7.5 inch liner. We don't need 7.5 inches here, but we do down there. So all I'm going to do is hold my chalk line to this, and we're going to snap a line on this liner, and then that'll tell us our height. It was good to get back out here and do one of these techniques. If you're ever in this situation and you have something like this, now I'd love to see a picture of it. Put them in the comments. We'd love to take a look at it, you know, see what you guys are doing. We love this industry, and when we see stuff that's being done by you guys, we love that. So thanks so much for joining us this week, and keep up the good work, and we'll see you next time.